Introduction. The Dhamma talks, Lesana, which have been printed in this volume, are all translations from one or two books in which many of the talks of Ajaan Mahā Boowa have been printed. With the exception of the first work, Wisdom Develops Samadhi, which was written by the author, all of them were impromptu talks which were tape-recorded and transcribed into the Thai language. Ajaan Mahā Boowa, Bhikkhu Nyarna Sambanno, is now the abbot of Wat Ba Bantad, a forest monastery situated close to the village where he was born and brought up. When he was old enough, he was ordained. He went to Wat Bodhisampon in Udon Thani, where he was ordained as a bhikkhu under Venerable Tsao Kunta Machedi in 1934. Some while later, he went away to find a meditation teacher. He was directed towards Venerable Acharyaman Puridatta. He has said that as soon as he met Acharyaman, he knew that this was his teacher. He studied and practiced for 9 years under the guidance of Venerable Acharyaman, who died in 1949 at the age of 80 years. After that, Ajaan Mahā Boowa practiced the way on his own in the mountains and forests of Thailand. He then wandered throughout the country, going to nearly every province. Eventually he was offered land to build a monastery by supporters near his home village. Since then he has lived at Wat Ba Bantad. It is only since Ajaan Mahā Boowa settled in Wat Ba Bantad that his writings have been published and his talks have been tape-recorded, although it is said that he gave many talks while he was wandering around Thailand. With regard to the talks printed herein, the first one, Wisdom Develops Samadhi, was written by Venerable Ajaan Mahā Boowa in the early 1960s. It gives most of the fundamentals of his teaching on meditation. All the remainder were spoken as talks, the second and third having been given at Wat Bodhisampon in Udon Thani on the occasion of the funeral of Venerable Tsao Kunta Machedi. The fourth and fifth talks were given at Mahamakuta Buddhist University in Bangkok. While the remainder were given to bhikkhus at Wat Ba Bantad. It is instructive to examine the difference in style of those given to lay people and those given to the bhikkhus. Many words in the talks have been left in Bali because there is often no adequate translation in English. It is hoped the reader will forgive any difficulties that this may make, but it is felt better that the reader should not understand rather than misunderstand. It is hoped that this book will bring the Dhamma to many people, and that it will help many people to realize that the living Dhamma is still extant, and is not just a thing of the distant past or of the distant future when the next Buddha comes. May all who read this book gain from it that which will aid them towards the supreme happiness of Nibbana. Bhikkhu Banyawatto, Wat Ba Bantad, 2004.